Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about NIO. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about NIO stock, down today about 11.11%. And you know, it's obviously been a rough couple of weeks for NIO stock and the rest of the stock market. But before I start the video, guys, I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It is just my personal opinion and for educational purposes only. So that being said, let's dive in. Let's take a look at NIO. Is NIO a good buy? $24.35. What's going on with NIO? Why is it continuously tanking? Well, let's dive in and let's talk about it. So looking at the 1 week chart, down about 18.88%, and looking at the 1 month chart, down about 19.88%. I know a lot of people are definitely going to be looking at this and be like, I can't believe NIO stock is down 20% over the last month. Well, it is not just NIO stock that's down, guys. It is the rest of the stock market along with it. We've seen a bunch of major indexes continue to crash. The Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 are all crashing along with big tech as well. We definitely see a bunch of EV companies crashing, Tesla, Fisker, NIO, and all these other different companies. So what's going on? What's all the FUD? What's causing the stock market to sink? Has the fundamentals changed on the overall analysis on the stocks that people are continuing to purchase? Well, this coming Wednesday, we do have a big meeting. Jerome Powell does plan to speak about probably the interest rates, if they're going to continue to hike interest rates, and how many interest rate hikes we actually are going to be able to see for the year. But for me, I think there's also another, obviously a lot more other tension than just that going on in the world. We definitely have the whole, Russia-Ukraine thing that's kind of looming in the air. Omicron is continuing to spread like crazy. So there's a lot of external factors that are definitely driving the market down. Obviously, this has been one of the worst weeks of the stock market since March 2020. If you guys were trading at that time, then you would see that, the S&P 500 was crashing 2,000 points every single day. A lot of stocks were continuing to tumble, kind of similar to what we're seeing now. Over the last couple of weeks, we've just seen stocks continuing to crash. And, a lot of people are like, where's the bottom? Is this going to continue? Is this going to continue to crash? Well, it's definitely going to be tough to say, but with NIO stock, like I said, for me, my fundamentals on the overall company have not changed. I'm still super bullish on NIO, and I am going to continue adding to my position. There's just so many external factors that are affecting the market right now, and no stock out there is doing good regardless of the fact. So it's not like it's just NIO in itself that is continuously tanking, right? These are big major indexes, big tech along with it have all retracted about 20% from their all-time highs. And if we really take a look at it from a bigger perspective, guys, this is the time, in my personal opinion, where people should be buying as much stocks as they possibly want if they have extra money laying around. And why is that? Because, it's very rare that we see, a stock market go through a correction, very rare to see the stock market continuing to plummet. A lot of people are definitely getting scared. A lot of people are continuing to sell. For me, I always keep cash on the side for moments like these because I always want to be adding to my positions. My personal opinion, I think this is a little bit of an overreaction. I don't think these stocks should be tanking, 20, 30, 40% overall. But there is a lot of fear in the market right now. A lot of people say there isn't fear, but it's pretty clear that no one is really holding on to anything. No stock is safe. No sector is safe. Usually when we go through a market correction or a crash in itself, there's not really anywhere you can actually move your money that's going to be safe. A lot of people generally will sell and kind of just hold on to cash for now. But for me, I take the opportunity because for me, I've done my overall business fundamentals. I've done the research on the companies I am holding, and I am bullish on them in the long term. With NIO, guys, it's the same thing. The company is still looking great. The company is expanding, planning to bring the ET5 sedan by early next year to Germany. We have the ET7 sedan coming up this March, and they also plan on producing the ET5 sedan later this year. Analysts still super bullish on NIO, came out, reiterated their buy ratings. They're still super bullish, are still picking up the stock. And we have a bunch of other great news as well. We see that NIO on NIO Day, they're also expanding to Germany and other parts of Europe as well. But we have to understand, guys, no matter how much good news that NIO has, no matter how much good news any company has right now, companies right now in the stock market generally are not going to do well. This is not a self-reflection of a NIO stock in itself. I know a lot of people do like to bash NIO, saying that NIO is not going to make it. Looking at it fundamentally, NIO is definitely a good buy for the long-term hold, right? If this company has a strong business outlook, they're continuing to expand, they're continuing to sell cars, they're continuing to grow. as fast as possible in the midst of a pandemic while dealing with a chip shortage as well. We could definitely take a look at the bigger perspective when it comes to NIO as a company. That yes, right now, seeing it go from $66 all the way back down to $24.31, a lot of people are definitely not going to want to be picking up the stock. A lot of people may be hesitant on picking up the stock as well. But for me, like I said, I take this as a perfect buying opportunity because my overall price prediction on NIO has not changed. I think there's, like I said, a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are selling their stock, so no one is really buying anything right now. We're going to have to see the steady trend back up. And I think Wednesday is definitely going to play a huge role in pace of how stocks are going to be moving forward. A lot of people are waiting for Jerome to kind of see if he's going to hike interest maybe like 0.25%, maybe, 0.5% and stuff like that, and see how many overall interest rates hikes we've gone through over the past. But when it comes down to it from a bigger perspective, for me, when it comes to the stock market, it's always going to be a longer term hold no matter the less. For me, I think long-term, end of the year, end of next year. With NIO, like I said, the company is still producing cars. It's still selling cars. It's still expanding. It's still growing. The company has a great outlook and a great vision as well. I know it's hard to see and buy the stock when it continuously plummets along with everything else right now. But for me, I always take the opportunity, and I never say that people can't make money on the way down, but if there's stocks that are selling at this much of a discount, every RSI indicator is definitely showing oversold on a lot of these stocks, which means people are probably going to start seeing these high value stocks as bargain price deals. There's a lot of people there's like, I'm not buying NIO at $40, I'm not buying NIO at $35, but as it's approaching here at $24.23, more people are definitely going to be eyeballing. It's like, okay, this is a Chinese EV company that has a huge growth plan that's continuing to expand. Their balance sheets look great. They're producing a bunch of new vehicles along with the EV boom is still here because EV is growing like crazy. Now might be a good time to be picking up NIO stock at $24.23. For me, like I said, it's the longer term vision. It's definitely going to be the longer term outlook as well. For me, I know that, my price prediction on NIO hasn't changed. I still think that NIO is going to hit $70 by the end of this year. Like I said, it is tough because that's basically a triple from what its current price is right now. But for me, like I said, I'm not really too worried. There's a lot of market uncertainty. We've been through this before. This happened in March 2020, and stocks quickly made their way back up. I'm not saying it's going to be the case this time again. But I also don't expect them to sit here at pre-pandemic lows either for, more than maybe a couple more weeks, maybe a month or two. The road may get a little bit bumpier. That's what people are expecting. For me, though, I do feel like we have reached some sort of a bottom at this point. That's just my personal opinion. And obviously, you can never time it. But in the fact that every RSI indicator is shooting oversold, more people are going to definitely start sinking more money in rotations into higher value stocks. As the stock market continues to crash, people don't really know what to do with the money right now. So everybody is continuously selling. For me, I take the opportunity. I continuously buy. NIO being a great company, I think NIO does have a long-term vision, and I do think that NIO is still an absolute buy. If NIO went down to $20, I'd still think it's a buy. If NIO went down to $15, I still think the company is a buy. I think the company has a lot of long-term growth and a very good long-term vision. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Are you guys taking the opportunity of NIO being this low and picking up the dip? If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.